I am officially retiring the Hobonichi Weeks. I know, some of you are like, no! And then others of you are like, you have a Hobonichi Weeks? All right, so this is my 2018 Spring Edition Hobonichi Weeks. For those of you who've never had a Weeks, especially the Spring Edition, I will let you know what that means. That means that this was, or rather it started in April of 2018, and it goes until March of 2019. So here's the end of the book. We're already in March now, and this is the week that we're on. You can see that I've been using this as a reading journal for my niece because it didn't work out for me as a planner. But for those of you who really love it as a planner, you do you. So basically, I just usually put like the title. We're reading Captain Underpants. It's the first time I've ever read Captain Underpants. It's pretty funny. And then I usually write down like the page amount for the book, as well as the writer, and then I just take notes about how much we're reading every day. We watched the movie yesterday, which was hilarious. Normally I want to wait until I've read the book, but she's like, oh no, Auntie, I've watched it a bunch of times. And I was like, what? Let's totally watch it, because I couldn't wait. And it was really cute. And then there's actually a series, I don't know if it's a TV series or a Netflix original, but it is on Netflix. So we're going to be starting that probably today when she gets home from school. And I've really enjoyed my time in here as a reading journal because it was just so easy. It's so nice that a lot of times you can see my writing is pretty crappy because I'm usually writing upside down while we're reading on the bed. And I don't know, I just really liked this. And so I had to think about what I was going to do. I'm like, okay, only have a couple weeks left in here. Am I going to get another one? And the answer is, drum roll please, no. Do you remember when I was that girl who had like a meltdown in my video? I'll put it down below, about how we didn't need a Hobonichi. And then like not long after, I ended up buying a Hobonichi A5 cousin of Ek. I was that person. So, I mean, I reserve the right to say that I might possibly get one eventually at some point, but for right now, I feel like I can do a reading journal in anything. This was just something that I used because I had it and I didn't want it to go to waste. And it served me well. It just sat on my bed, or by my bed rather, and I just used it whenever we read. And it was great and it served its purpose. And in a couple of weeks, I'll be finished with this last book that we're reading right now. So what am I going to use for her reading journal? Well, I thought, okay, I'll combine it with my reading journal. And what did I figure out? That I really don't have one. I go in and out of journals and planners so much that my reading is like all over the place. Sorry, the kids are here and I was just like, what is that noise? This is definitely getting retired. For those of you who can plan in a Hobonichi, I mean, yay you, man. I think I go in and out of things so much, I just couldn't handle it. But I do love the Hobonichi. I've been using this. This is the zebra pen. It is a ballpoint pen and it comes in like 4 standard colors. I like it because it fits in here nicely. This is the Filofax. I'll put a video that I made down below of this. And it comes in and out nice and easily, so I never get stuck, even though it has like a very slim grip on there. And I used to fit this in here and I would take it with me and it was my wallet and it was fantastic. I just could not plan in the thing. So it's been sitting on my bookshelf and, you know, whenever Jade and I go and lay down and read for a while, I would write whatever we're doing in here and it worked out well. So what am I going to be using now that I'm retiring this? Well, so yesterday I cut this down. I didn't do a fantastic job, but I got it done. I turned it upside down because I had already written on this half. So let me see, maybe it's on this side. Yeah. So this was an A5 Nanami notebook and it has 480 pages and it is aligned and it's 7 millimeters. So I turned it around, I ripped off, see this guy was here and it was like off center because I had to cut it not only this way, but this way. And this is more of like a B6 size. So the Nanami makes a B6 Slim. Here it is. It's a little bit taller. I mean, I didn't really measure it. I was just like, let's just cut it. And this is a B6 Slim. Here is like the B6. And I love it. I love it this size because as an A5, it was huge and I just wasn't going to use it. But now that it's sort of like travel size for your convenience, I really like it. Now, Nanami does sell a B6 Slim Cafe. This is the grid one. And here's the specs. So they do sell a lined one version of this, but I didn't have it. And when I went onto the website a couple of days ago, they were closed for like a whole week. And you know how impatient us planner people can be. I was like, no, I can't wait. So I cut this down and I turned it upside down because I had already written on this side. And then this way it was kind of like a fresh notebook because it hadn't been written in this way. It is what it is. I don't know. So I might use this to keep our reading journals together, combined in here, because again, it's 480 pages. Now I've already written on probably like 40 pages, but you know, you still have a ton of room in here and it can just sit on my shelf and I can just grab it whenever I want. I'm just sort of over the A5 size notebooks. I don't know why. Here is my Hobonichi and this is the Avec and it is the cousin. But just taking this much off of it, it just makes it so nice. I don't know what it is about it, but I like the size of these smaller notebooks so much more than the A5 size. Even when I prefer to have like a bullet journal or what have you, I like these A6 size. They're just adorable. So I think that this is going to be our new reading journal. It just sits on my shelf. So why did I have to cut it down? It was just going to sit on the shelf. Because when I'm laying down, and I'm writing stuff, an A5 just seems so heavy. Or like when I put it, you know, on the bed and we're laying on our stomachs and we're reading, I just feel like this is just more convenient. Is that like the weirdest thing you've ever heard? Have I just like ruined this entire book? I don't know, but I really like it this size. I think it's so adorable. So have you guys cut down notebooks to kind of repurpose them? Have you ever like flipped around a notebook like I have? Because actually this is the front, the correct way of this notebook. But I just flipped it around. I was like, I'm making this a new book and it's totally fine. And it still has a header and everything. So I don't know. But I love this. I love this notebook. Keep in mind if you guys buy these that they are a little bit cream. They're not completely white. I know some people, you know, they forget about that. I don't know. So I think that this is cool. Would you guys ever cut down a notebook? I just used, I don't think I have it near me, but I just used a ruler like this. Oh yeah, I do have it. And just, you know, this cheapy deepy, this is like from Walmart, you know, box cutter. And I just, you know, went like this. I don't recommend it completely, but see what happens is after a while, because it's so thick, this was starting to like hit up against this and I couldn't cut it as evenly as I wanted to. So if you can take it to like Office Depot or Kinko's, I hear sometimes people take things there to get them cut down. I don't have a Kinko's anywhere near me and I do have an Office Depot, but I was like living in the moment. You know what I mean? As a planner addict and you see things and you're like, I have to have something like that. I remember the first time I saw Traveler's Notebooks, I made one the next day. I went and bought all of the stuff and I made it the next day. And I made like 15 of them before I finally bought, you know, my first actual leather cover. So, you know, whatever. Repurposing, retiring the Hobonichi Weeks. It's just really, it's a cool little planner. I wish that I could get it together, but it's not who I am. So, you know, maybe next year in 2020 or later down the line, I might purchase one. I always leave it open because you know who I am. I might just change my mind completely and go crazy. So that's what I'm doing. Stay tuned for this little B6 Slim because I am definitely going to be setting this up for my food and health journal. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.